morning, Willow class. Okay, so today we're going to have a look at rounding decimals. So yesterday and on Monday we compared and ordered them, and today we're going to have a look at three numbers with 3 decimal places like this, and we're going to have a look at rounding them to the nearest whole number, 1 decimal place and 2 decimal places. So what I've drawn on the board is the start of a number line. And you'll see the same number repeated 3 times over the 3 number lines, but the only difference is that this one is going to be rounded to the nearest whole number, this one is going to be rounded to the nearest 1 decimal place, and this to the nearest 2 decimal place. So let me just recap. When we talk about the whole number, we think about the number in front of the decimal places, okay? So the nearest whole number here, we are focusing on this bit, all right? Then when we do this one, we're focusing on this because it's 1 decimal place, so it's got 1 number after this decimal point. And this one is 2 decimal places, so it's got 2 numbers after the decimal point. So those are the things that we're going to be focusing on today. What I'm then going to do with you is show you how to round these, and then we'll move on to doing some ourselves before we move on to our activity. So 35.216. So we're going to round it to the nearest whole number. So that means anything in front of the decimal place stays the same. So here I have got at my lowest number 35. Okay. And what is 1 whole number more than 35? I'm going to add 1 more, and that will give me 36. Okay. So now I've got 35 and 36. I then need to look at this one, the number after it, and decide my 2, is it going to be rounded up or is it going to be rounded down? We know that any number that's 4 or below is rounded down. Therefore, the 2 means that we round down our number line, and this is the answer. So you would then circle this, okay? Let's then have a look at this one, 35.2. It's the 1 decimal place. That's why I've highlighted 1 number after it. So all of this stays the same for our lowest number, 35.2. And then we add 1 more up here. And because it's 1 decimal place, we add 1 more to our tenths column. So it will become 35.3. Well done. Then, when I look at my 1, is my 1 going to be rounded up or is it going to be rounded down? And we know that 1, again, is below 4, so it would be rounded down to 35.2. The main thing with this, I think that a lot of us struggle with, is identifying what these numbers are going to be on our number line. So do what I've done and highlight here, okay? Why have I highlighted all of those numbers? Because it's to 2 decimal places, so that means I've got 2 numbers after the decimal place and anything else in front. So 35.21 stays the same to go here, 35.21. And then when I'm up here, what's 1 more on this end one? 35.22. Well done. Then I look at the number after this. Here, my 6. A 6, will it be rounded up or will it be rounded down? Good. Anything that's 5 or above will be rounded up. So this 35.216 will be rounded up to 35.22. Okay? So if you struggled with that, don't worry too much. Maybe replay what I've done. Try and retake in how to do it before you then move on to the next one. Okay? So on here you can see I've got, again, 3 number lines. This one I'm rounding to the nearest whole number. This I'm rounding to the nearest 1 decimal place. And this to the nearest 2 decimal places. What I'd like you to do is pause the video, draw these in your book, write underneath what you're rounding it to and put the number above it. And then highlight which numbers will remain the same. So the nearest whole number is the number in front of the decimal place, 23. The nearest 1 decimal place will be the number in front and 1 place after the decimal point. 2 decimal places with this one, and will be any 2 numbers after the decimal place. Okay, so can you then have a go at doing this in your books or on a piece of paper or a whiteboard or anything, and then we'll go through it together. Okay, so you can see now, all I've basically done, hopefully you've done this in your book, and all I've done is then the numbers that I've highlighted, I've written here. That's how we know what this number should be. And then we add one whole number more. This one we add 1 to the 1 decimal place. This one we add 1 to the 2 decimal places here. So to the hundredths column. So 23, this is then going to be 24. Okay? This one, 23.0, is going to be 23 point, well done, hopefully you've got 23.1. And then this one is going to be 23.0, and what will the 4 change to? Good, it will change to a 5. So then, let's have a quick look at this top one. To the nearest whole number, I look at my number after the whole number, which is a 0. My 0, will it round up or will it round down? Of course, it's going to round down. So it's just 23 is my whole number. Sorry, that wasn't really neat. Then this one and this one, 23.0. I'm going to look now at my 4. Is that going to round up or is it going to round down? 4 is going to round down. Good. And finally, 23.04 or 23.05. I look at my number after those 2 decimal places, which is a 9. And the 9 will be rounded up now. Oh, gosh, I'm terrible at drawing these. So what you need to do today is have a look below this video and look at your learning. If you are struggling with this, don't worry too much. Just come back to this video. Some of you might only have to do to 1 decimal place and to the nearest whole number. If that's the case, then you are quite simply going to miss out this bottom section. So just imagine that this bit isn't here, okay? And just do those 2, all right? If you are expected to, you'll see on the worksheets whether you need to do all 3. So you'll do all 3 for the same number like I've done, okay? So I hope you enjoy your learning with at home today, and I'll look forward to seeing how you get on. Well done, everybody.